Hello, Homestead team. I'm Chaplain Robert Terrell, and this is your February 13th, 2023 Monday Motivator. If we're lucky today, you're going to see a bald eagle fly in behind me. I can't promise it. What I can tell you is about right there, and I'll point it out at the end of the video, there's a bald eagle nest behind me. I love this spot for that reason. Anyhow, tomorrow is Valentine's Day. I hope I'm not your reminder of that. If I am, and you're in a relationship with somebody that this matters to, you need to go out and do something just in case. The reason I say if you're in a relationship with somebody that this matters to is, well, when I was growing up, I thought you were supposed to do a big romantic gesture on Valentine's Day. And then I started dating a woman and married her who doesn't really care for Valentine's Day. She calls it a Hallmark holiday, and she's like, just please don't go out and buy me flowers on Valentine's Day. If you want to do something, get me a card. So I married somebody that it doesn't matter. Now, other people, it matters a lot. And that's what I'd like to talk about, because some people think you have to spend a lot of money on Valentine's Day. And it makes me think of these statistics that are related to engagement rings and the cost of a wedding. Did you know that there's correlation, which means these two things go together? They don't cause one another, they just relate. There's correlation between the cost of an engagement ring and the cost of a wedding and the length of a marriage. And that correlation is probably not the way you think it is. A lot of people think, oh, if you spend more, it matters more to you. But the reality is, the correlation is, the more expensive the engagement ring, the more expensive the wedding, the shorter the marriage. A lot of people think this is because quite often the people who want to spend the most on the ring or the most on the wedding care more about the event than they do the actual relationship. Now, again, this is correlation, not causation. Causation would mean if you have an expensive ring, your marriage is doomed. That's not the case, okay? If you have an expensive ring, your marriage may be great. It just means most people who spend more have shorter marriages. And I think the reason for this is because it's so easy to do big, grand gestures rather than the small acts of daily love. Now, that's true for us if we're single or in a relationship. It's so easy to do the big things rather than to do the small things. And as a company, you know, we are focused on teaching others about love the verb. That's why we don't just say, oh, we're just going to love. We also talk about the attributes of love the verb, because these are things that we do all the time. Now, what I hope is that tomorrow you're able to do something that, if you're in a relationship, the person you're in a relationship loves that, be it a big act or a small act. What I care about, though, is that you really focus on doing what is most loving to them. And that's true regardless if you're in a relationship. If you're single, you do the things that help you to love those around you. I hope you know that you are loved. And if you remember nothing else from this video today, I hope you remember this. Our CEO, God, cares for you in all sorts of big ways and small ways. And so do I. Have a great week, okay?